What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 95 and we start today's episode off against the German side Schalke in the Champions League. Here of course we've had two games already. We beat St Etienne in the group opener, we lost away in Netherlands away against FC Twente by a goal to nil, and we now take on Schalke for the third group stage game. So a win, a loss, and you know, as things stand, this was going to be odds on to be a draw, but I still felt pretty confident as we take a quick look at the group stage here. We are currently sitting in second place, only just ahead of Schalke, but of course this game would determine what would happen as we lead into the second half of the Champions League group. But Schalke do have a very good side. Obviously one player in there, Julian Draxler, who I'm a big fan of, very big talent, and obviously KPB's in there as well, and Abel Hernandez is up top for Schalke. But the first chance of the game came just 2 minutes in. It was Schalke, the German side, the away side, with some nice passing here. Hernandez finds Hoger, is that, going through, and then Clemens' shot is brilliantly blocked here, and we just about managed to get the ball away. So Schalke doing the early pressing here. Ball comes in again towards Abel Hernandez. What a chance here, but he somehow hits the post from about 8 yards out. That was a terrible miss there. We go on the counter, Lee Marshall gets it, but sadly it comes to nothing, and in the 22nd minute, another great chance for Schalke. Draxler's free kick was headed in, and it ended up hitting the post from the header. So still 0-0, but really the German side deserved to be in front. And so the long kick came out here from Alex McCarthy. Lee Marshall, one of our youth stars, if you want to call him one of those, a youth star. He goes for a header and unfortunately has an awkward landing. And I think he also walked off the pitch and had to get subbed off in this game as well. Yes, he did, just remembering now. Yeah, he also got subbed off, so not good for Lee Marshall as he takes a seat on the sidelines there. And that was the end of his game. But in the 29th minute here, sorry, he came for half time, didn't he? Just remembered. But in the 29th minute here, Val Morrison gets on the ball. Good chance for Morrison, chips it over the top to Anthony. Anthony 1-on-1, what a great finish it is, into the bottom corner, no chance for the goalkeeper, and we take a 1-goal lead here. And in the 32nd minute, Schalke come through again, down the left hand side here, really good chance for them. Kolasinic was that, I'm not sure, back to Clemens, lovely back heel, back to Schalke's number 6, comes inside, real good chance here as somehow I give the ball away with Steven Corker when I look to be in complete control. It comes to KPB, and it's an absolutely superb finish by Kevin Prince Boateng. That's just a case of just overconfidence and just not, you know, being, well, overconfidence, but you know, still not being accurate enough with the pass and just completely get that ball away there. 1-1 here. Schalke back in the game, and on the stroke of half time, Abel Hernandez makes it 2-1 there. I'm really disappointed about that goal. McCarthy, in my opinion, should not have got beat at his near post there so easily, but he did, and Abel Hernandez makes it 2-1 here. So Schalke in front, and in the 47th minute here, Benteke, who did come on for Lee Marshall at half time, fake shots, gets around his man with his strength, finds Leroy third, brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Then Morrison's shot is blocked, comes to Anthony, the goal scorer. He shoots, but his shot is blocked, and it ends up going out via his deflection for a goal kick. But in the 58th minute here, a great chance for Schalke. Look at this for confidence from Schalke. That's a wonderful corner routine there, and sadly for them, the volley went over the bar. What a lovely corner it was. But in the 78th minute here, we were 2-1 down, looking like we would have back-to-back losses here in the Champions League. Steven Corker, our centre-back, wins the ball back and goes on a run here down the right hand side, keeps hold of the ball, finds Dale Jennings, first time cross to the far post. Anthony's header just goes over the bar and onto the roof of the net, so that was very unlucky from Anthony there after a great chance, great cross by Jennings. But in the 85th minute here, we win the ball. Luke Shaw plays it through to Anthony, but it's a terrible challenge, and it's a definite free kick. He also gets a booking for it as well, and as things stood, it looked like there was no way we'd get back into this game. But Schalke, oh dear, what on earth are they trying to do here? This time Anthony intercepts the defender whilst winning the ball, and then finesses it into the top corner to make it 2-2 as we level the score up here. What a terrible piece of defending by Schalke, and in injury time Benteke has a chance to seal all 3 points, but he just puts the ball wide. But it does finish 2-2, so we're bailed out by a late goal after some poor defending from Schalke. I have no idea, you know, because I mean, obviously the AI on Legendary always do short passes. You know, they always play it simple and they always look to play out from the back, which is fine. But you know, that was just absolutely awful. He saw, you know, the AI should have known that Anthony was closing down, and they should have gone for a hoof up the pitch, but instead they just passed it. Anthony intercepted, so we were bailed out there. 2 goals by Anthony, and we collected a draw. So pretty disappointing so far. You know, 3 games into the Champions League group, 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw. I'd expect better, really. You know, maybe I was a bit too overconfident there when we top it with ease, but even so, that's not really good. This group, we should be doing better in that group, and that was a disappointing game there. We were very lucky to get away with a point. point. And of course, you would have seen Lee Marshall as well. I think he's out for 3 weeks, something like that, so that's not good. But we did return back to the Barclays Premier League, our comfort zone here, as we sit top of the table before the arrival of Fulham. Of course, one of the teams I could have been in the Next Gen Career Mode, but you guys, for those that aren't aware, my Next Gen Career Mode did have a voting poll. You should have seen it. If you didn't, then I don't know where you were. But we had a voting poll. I let you guys choose the team, and Fulham were in that poll, but they finished third. Millwall won it, so they'll be my Next Gen Career Mode team, and Portsmouth was second, with Sheffield United fourth. But yeah, we did take on Fulham here, and looking to try and show us up here, try and get a win, and say this is why you should have picked us for the Next Gen Career Mode. Trying to show us up here. They had the first chance, good save by Forster, and in the 45th minute, Pogba lets fly. Stockdale makes a great save though, tips it onto the post, and it's still 0-0. And in the second half here, Fulham come forward. A cross goes through towards Soldado here. It's a misjudgment from Kirikez. He gives the ball away. It comes to Soldado, finds Diaga. Diaga back to Soldado, rises the challenge of Andros Townsend, his former teammate, and puts the ball into the back of the net after rounding Fraser Forster. So that was a brilliant goal by the Spaniard there. Excellent finish after some great dribbling, and it's 1-0 to Fulham. And in the 65th minute, Pogba, well, he dives into this challenge there. That was an atrocious challenge, and eventually after the referee played on, he went back and booked Pogba. That was a terrible challenge. I thought he was going to get a straight red card for that, Pogba, but it was a booking, and he was lucky to stay on the field, really, a debatable decision. But in the 79th minute, Townsend gets on the ball here down the left-hand side. He's got the pace to beat Ashkan Diaga, keeps on going, crosses the ball in towards Leroy Fer, and he puts his header wide. Really should have scored that there, our captain, but just couldn't put it on target. And in the 84th minute here, we weren't playing well. Just like in the Schalke game, we were going to need a late goal if we were going to rescue a point. And we had a chance to get it. Benteke picked up the ball from Wijnaldum, and a first-time chip over David Stockdale went into the back of the net, and Benteke rescued us a point as things seemed here, as it was 1-1. And in the 88th minute here, I was getting so frustrated because my passes kept going astray. I just couldn't look for that, couldn't make that killer last through ball. And well, Pogba got a booking earlier on. I said it could have been a straight red card. This should have been a straight red card in my opinion. Both were bookings, but in the end Pogba does get a red card. I've got no idea what Wijnaldum was saying there to the referee, as if he was to say he got the ball or something, but it was a shocking challenge, and Pogba deserves his red card there. And God only knows why. Well, it's just frustration. I can't lie, I was just so frustrated after that Schalke game. I played terrible, and in this game my passes were always going astray. I had so many chances to play a great killer through ball, and you know, the last pass always let me down. That was the same there, as we had a great chance to win it, and I got so frustrated I just lunged in, and I deserved to get a red card. That was stupid by me, but Pogba gets a red card. It's the first time we've had a red card in a very long time as well, so there you go. But Pogba does get a red card, and that's that. He'll only miss the game in midweek against Bristol City though in the League Cup, so I really don't care, to be honest, so it doesn't really bother me. But even so, Luke Shaw says he's disappointed about his role at the club, which is not a real surprise because he has been a first team starter until this season. Now he's a bench player after we changed the formation. And Dale Jennings says he's not saying he's going to stay at the club, but he's not saying he's going to leave either, so a bit of a mixed message from Dale Jennings. And Alphonse Areola, our French goalkeeper, who we signed on deadline day, says, can I start this game? And I said yes, because no disrespect to Bristol City, but I feel like we got the better of them even with a weaker side, and I'm always looking to develop our youngsters, so yeah, we'll start Areola and see how he does. He of course played in the previous game against Morecambe, which we won 3-0. I know it's a bit of a tougher test, but even so, yeah, we did take on Bristol City, Ashton Gate here. Got some very good players as well, Bristol City, some very good players in there. Obviously, J. Emmanuel Thomas, the former Arsenal man, Sam Bullock, of course, of formerly Milton Keynes and West Ham. So they got some decent players there, Bristol City. So you know, it wouldn't be that easy, but I still felt we'd had the better of them. But it was us who had the first chance of the game, just 2 minutes in. What a lovely breakaway this was. Chalobah to Jennings, first time ball, cuts the defence, finds Villalba here, goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but his shot is well saved by the keeper. So should have scored that really, but I didn't. But that was exactly what we were missing in the Fulham game. You know, that fantastic passing, really accurate and very killer as well. Very damaging. But in the 9th minute here, Anthony gets on the ball down the left-hand side, keeps on going for finding Nathaniel Chalobah, captain in the side, plays it out wide to Ravel Morrison. Morrison finds Nathaniel Klein, who started to move off here down the right-hand side, skips past his man, crosses the ball in. Anthony gets his head to the ball and finds the back of the net. So a great cross by Klein, great header by Anthony, and all in all, a very good team goal. So 1-0 here, we were playing really well, and in the 32nd minute, D'Annunzio, our scout future star, gets on the ball here, rolls it off to Dale Jennings down the left-hand side. He's got two men close closing him in, but he takes them both out, goes through the middle, passes it to Luke Shaw, first time ball to Chalobah, takes aim, it's a good save by the goalkeeper, and then the referee gives a penalty, and I was like, what? Why have you given a penalty there? I had no idea. He also booked the defender as well, I think. Did he? Yes, he did. He booked the defender as well, and I was like, why on earth is he giving a penalty there? But as I saw here on the replay, well, I mean, to be honest, I think Anthony played for that one, to be honest. There was no danger whatsoever and minimal contact, and he ends up just taking a dive there as the defender was actually looking to block the shot, not just tackle him for no reason. But Villalba steps up against Frankie Field in here. Really good chance. We give it to D'Annunzio, our scout future star. He steps up, stutters on the penalty and finds the top corner. D'Annunzio gets his first goal as a Norwich player. It's been a while. We've waited for a while, but it's finally came, and D'Annunzio does get his first goal in this career. So really good news for us, and 45 minutes in, we were 2-0 up and playing brilliantly well. But how about this? J. Emmanuel Thomas down the right hand side as we got the ball away, and Alphonse Areola, well, that is exactly why I was so happy to put him in the side. What a fantastic double save that was. It looked as though Bristol City was surely going to score, but a brilliant double save by our French goalkeeper keeps the score at 2-0. But sadly, just a minute after that, Sam Baldock scores. The former Milton Keynes and West Ham striker puts the ball into the back of the net, and our French goalkeeper couldn't do anything about that one. So 2-1 here. Not much happened in the second half until Kelly chipped the ball through to Baldock, the goal scorer here. Takes on Sean Morrison, beats him here, plays it inside, and oh well. That's just the two sides of Alphonse Areola, sadly. I mean, he was playing really well, and then he just goes and does something like that. It's a terrible error. He should have easily held on to that ball, but he didn't, and it was still 2-2. And in the 89th minute here, Dale Jennings skips past his man down the left-hand side, keeps on going, keeps on going. We skip past the defender with the step over, go inside. I spot the run of D'Annunzio, I give it to him, but he can't double his goal tally. It's a great save, and it's a fantastic double save as well. So both goalkeepers pulled off brilliant double saves in this game, and it goes into extra time at 2-2. And I mean, the clubs, these three teams we face, this is a side that should be dominating. We've got such a fantastic side now, and they know we're not playing well. They smell the fear, that we're not playing well, and it's 2-2. But in the 94th minute here, in extra time, a lovely back heel by Anthony finds Villalba, and the smallest man on the game puts the ball into the top corner. So a brilliant finish there by the little man as he finds the top corner. We make it 3-2, and that was how the game finished as well. I mean, it was a really boring extra time. Thankfully, we did get through to the quarterfinals, and that's the main thing. But even so, it was a really boring extra time, and I actually fancied Bristol City to go on and win it after normal time, because they played pretty well after pegging us back from 2-0 down. But even so, we go through to the quarterfinals of the Capital One Cup. We're very lucky about that, to be honest, and we'll have to do better in the next episode. And as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please excuse my voice if I sound a little bit deeper today. Got a bit of a sore throat, but thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.